For what purpose does the gentleman from Alabama rise?
Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent to address the House for 5 minutes and to revise and extend.
Without objection.
Mr. Speaker, here we are on the verge of one of the most significant votes that Congress has ever taken. The only time that I can think of which perhaps rivals the importance of this vote has been when we have had to decide to send our nation's finest, young men and women, off into the perils of war. And yet it is mind-boggling, literally unconscionable to think that we are about to slap the American people in the face and have the audacity to say, we know better than you. In town meetings, at Tea Party rallies, from emails, faxes, letters, and literally millions of phone calls that have jammed the Capitol switchboard, the voices of America have spoken out, begging, pleading with their elected representatives, please slow down, start over, and do this the right way. Sadly, instead of listening to the American people, the Democrat majority, at least most of them, have chosen to tune the people out, to ignore the angst, the fear, the frustration, and the anger, and hope that somehow this will just all go away. Let me assure you, it will not. This whole process has been an insult. It's an outrage. It's an all-out attack on freedom and liberty, on fiscal responsibility, and on the sanctity of human life. On Thursday afternoon, right after work, a man from my district left his wife and children, drove all night, some 998 miles, all the way from Fairhope, Alabama, to Washington, D.C., just to go door to door to those members who were still on the fence, to encourage them to do the right thing. When I thanked him for making the trip, he said, "Congressman Bonner, I just couldn't sit back and look my children in the face and tell them one day, years from now, I didn't do everything I could do to keep this from happening." Earlier this morning, another man from Mobile walked in my office. He had stopped in Knoxville, Tennessee, to pick up his mom, and together they came for the same reason, to thank those of us who are saying no and to reach out to every last undecided member of Congress and beg them to listen to the American people. All day long we have watched people come into our office from towns in Monroe and Escambia counties in my district to folks from New Jersey all the way to the coast of California. All of them, literally thousands who descended on the Hill today, came for the same reason, to leave no stone unturned before the vote tomorrow afternoon. Common sense tells us that with a bill this big and with so many last-minute deals that have been made, there are going to be a lot of angry people, a lot more throughout the entire country, when all the details of this legislation are known in the coming weeks and months. Isn't it ironic that just the other day, the Speaker of the House told a group, we have to pass this bill to find out what's in it? Well, earlier today, we found out how true that promise was, with the disclosure that Democrats have now added a new 3.8% Medicare surtax that will hit average middle-class taxpayers who have invested in real estate, just what an already depressed real estate market needs. Or the fact that just a couple hours ago on this very floor, the House attempted to fix another little problem that we discovered in this bill. A provision that, if left unchanged, could have taken more than 9.5 million veterans out of TRICARE. Once again, just another example of the dangers of passing legislation on the fly. While the outrage of the American people did help succeed in taking deem and pass off the table earlier this afternoon, we're still left with reconciliation, a process that leaves many Americans dizzy in terms of the ever-changing rules that are being rewritten to try to pass this bill. American people remember reconciliation. Back in October of 2007, then Senator Obama said of reconciliation, and I quote, "We're not going to pass universal health care with a 50+1 strategy." And a couple years earlier, then Senator Biden said, and I quote, "I say to my friends on the Republican side, you may own the field right now, but you won't own it forever. And I pray to God, when Democrats take back control, we won't make the same kind of power grab that you are doing." Back home, this might sound like doublespeak. Sadly, in Washington, it's just another day at the office. Mr. Speaker, while many people understandably are focusing on the vote that will take place tomorrow, on the third Sunday in March, trust me, the vote that will be taken on the first Tuesday in November is the vote that will allow the American people to have the last word. I yield back the balance of my time.
The gentleman's time has expired.